Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of To The Max Outdoors. Today's video we're going to deal with a ground blind. This ground blind that you see in front of you here is an Ameristep Caretaker, and it's about 7 to 8 years old. I've got a lot of use out of this blind. I really like this blind, and this specific blind here fits on a raised metal platform that I have on one of my hunting leases. That I really like this blind on that platform, and I'm not ready to purchase a new one. But unfortunately, I put this blind up here in my basement. I'm getting ready to go to my hunting lease here in a week or so, and I want to put this blind up. And I put it up here in the basement to do another seam seal and a spray down seal on it. And I noticed I had a hole in the top of it here, and I've got another little poke hole here. Now, unfortunately, sometime this winter, when I had this blind in my junk closet, I should say, in my man cave, I've threw something on top of that bag that poked through there, and I do believe it was a pop-up canopy, because it is the side of it looks just like the leg of a pop-up canopy, but we'll leave that be. So there again, this is going to be a quick temporary repair. Like I said, if I can get a season or maybe even two out of this, I will be happy. Like I said, I'm not really ready to drop 150 bucks on a blind again, so this blind doesn't see a ton of use, but it sees, a couple consecutive weeks, and then here or there, maybe I'll pop in if I'm bow hunting on a lease and it's raining. I'll pop in this blind here and just set for a while. But nevertheless, I don't want to throw this blind away. The covers aren't, they're not available for a replacement part on Ameristep's website. I did look at that route, and I'm just going to repair it. Now, this product you're going to see here is called Tear-Aid. Now, this Tear-Aid is a tape, for lack of better terms, but it is an elastic style tape, meaning it'll stretch, it'll give in the temperatures. This tape is good for 120 to 20 below. Now, I do have experience with this Tear-Aid on a boat cover, and that's been on there for about 3 years now, and it's been holding strong. And it is a trailerable cover, so I do run that cover down the interstate at 70 mile an hour because I obey the speed limit. But nevertheless, this Tear-Aid product here, this is Type A. This Tear-Aid Type A fabric repair is meant for like polyester. It's meant for tents, sleeping bags, boat covers, fishing waders, awnings. Like I said, I do have experience with it. I do like it. This is available at Ace Hardware, at least my local Ace Hardware. It's available. It's $10, $12, and I like it because it does stretch. As you all know, if you ever put one of these hub style blinds up, this is really slack until you pop the center up, just like the sides, and it gets a good bit of tension on it. So I don't want to sew a patch on there because you can't hardly stitch this polyester, plastic back, rubber back stuff without putting a hole in it. Anybody that's ever been in a ground blind, you can see through the seams most of the time. So in an iron-on patch, I'm scared to do an iron-on because it is a plastic style fabric. I'm afraid it'll crack, shrink, get brittle. So this is our best guess here. I'm not a fan of glues or adhesives, maybe a spray adhesive, but I'm not a fan of like a glue that you'd smear on that with a backing. It's just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to show you how good this Tear-Aid works, and then we'll bring you back during season and I'll show you again. But I'll take this out of the pack and then I'll show you how it comes. So in the pack, you're going to get some alcohol wipes first and foremost, and we'll do that right now. Now, these alcohol wipes obviously are just an adhesion promoter. They're going to get rid of any dust, dirt, grease, oil. They're a light duty cleaner, for lack of better terms. Now, reading the directions, they do want a 1-inch overlap around this repair. Now, it works out pretty good for me because this repair is this damage is about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And here's how the repair comes. It comes on a strip like this that just happens to be 3 inches wide. So that's great. We'll cut a 3x3 patch and we'll put it on there. Now, I am going to clean the inside also, because in my experience, I found that if you back these up, they work a lot better. So I've cleaned the inside, I've cleaned the outside. Well, I'll drop my tape measure. Like I said, I'm going to cut me a 3-inch piece here, right there on the line. Get my little baby Fiskars out here. I love these little Fiskars scissors. They're really good at what they do. So there's my little patch, about a 3x3 patch. Now, if you do read the directions, it does tell you to round the corners. Don't leave square edges. I'm imagining that's because a rounded edge is harder to pick. As if you left it square, it'd be easier to pick or catch on something and start to repair to tear off there. So I'm going to put a nice radius on all these corners here. Just like that. Now this stuff is super sticky, so probably going to watch me fight with it here pretty good. There we go. There is the patch panel, we'll call it, for lack of better terms. It is a kind of semi-translucent, stretchy tape, for lack of better terms, but we're going to put that on there to where we're overlapping the top. We've overlapped the bottom. I'm going to push just a little bit to get any kind of air bubbles or wrinkles out of it. This happens to be on the side where you walk in, so I don't have a window, but I'm going to put my hand on the inside, push my tear back up, then I'm just going to take my hands and rub them together right here. You can see the air bubbles coming out of this tape. You can see the adhesion. So we look pretty good there. Now, off camera, before we started this, I already cut me another patch panel. Now, I put the wrong side on there. Well, we're going to have to do a redo there. Now, what I was trying to do, I was trying to get ahead, make this video easier, but that's not going to work either. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut me another patch panel the same size, and I'm going to put it on the inside. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to round the corners off real quick. There we go. Got all the corners radiused over real nice on them. Do my best to peel this stuff apart. There we go. There's our interior patch piece. And I'm going to do this by feel with one of my other fingers. And then I'm going to put it directly on the center of that repair. Then I'm going to squeeze them both together. Just take my hands and rub them both together really well. And there you have it. There's a temporary repair to a ground blind that'll hopefully get us through this season. Without a doubt, I know it'll get us through this season. This is on the top, so nothing will get picked at. I do brush this blind in, but when I brush this blind in, I'll purposely put, you know, a limb or a piece of brush that doesn't set on there when the wind blows, so nothing will pick at it. So hope that helps somebody. Like I said, it's Tear-Aid. Tear-Aid is the product I use. Like I said, it's available at my local hardware store, Ace Hardware, and it's a good temporary repair. Like I said, I have previous experience with it on a boat cover, and anybody that has an emergency repair in season like we are right now, that's a good one, you know. So thanks for watching To The Max Outdoors.